Whatever you need, God's got it.
And thank you all for coming out. My name is Catherine Pugh, the president of the Talbot County Democratic Forum, and it's a great pleasure to see you all here. We average Americans simply do not talk enough with each other about race. And that's one of the reasons we want to start this dialogue tonight. And
as Catherine said, this is one of our planned dreams. I am the chairperson of the Minority Outreach Committee, which is a part of the Democratic Forum of Talbot County.
"65 years ago, I came to Talbot County to teach school. Talbot County was completely segregated. Schools, the hospital, the restaurants, the Avalon Theater. There was a theater on Washington Street, I don't remember the name, where you could go, but you had to sit in the balcony. Back in the 50s, they started with what they call freedom of choice. And children had an opportunity at that time to go to school. Following the freedom of choice, then it became the complete integration of schools. Talbot County has come a long, long way.
He had his son with him, and we were playing, making mud pies and having a great old time, baking them, putting them out in the sun to dry, and I got called inside, and I said, "I'll be right back." No. No. I got told there were lots of other things to do. And I remember her coming in and looking so afraid and so alone, and I smiled at her, but it soon became evident by my peers that that wasn't too cool. But I always was worried about what happened to her. I never knew what happened to her after that, but it had to.
Going to school at White Marsh Elementary School, there wasn't segregation, and we all pretty much got along and embraced one another. He was 7 years old at the time, and there was an incident that took place here in Talbot County in Easton at People's Department Store. And there were police officers outside, and they had asked us, "Where are you coming from?" And we said we were inside the store shopping. At that time, they said there was a theft at the Blockbuster. And we explained to them, well, we weren't at Blockbuster, and my 7-year-old son was not at Blockbuster either. My son was with us the whole time. And by that time, going back in the store and coming back out, there were 3 police cars. They blocked our car in. They told my 7-year-old son that he needed to get out of the car, step outside in an area so that the person at Blockbuster that saw the African-American male do the theft, they could either say yes or no that he was or was not the child. 7 years old, scared to death, shaking, upset, not knowing why he had to step out of the car or what he had done wrong. He stepped out. I allowed him to stand in the road while the police officer brought the person from Blockbuster over, and she went like this. No.
I played sports when I was in high school, and I found that to be a great socializing experience. Because how could you hate guys that you were, playing football with and sweating with? And I thought that was a really great thing. But I was lousy at basketball, one of the sports I couldn't play. So I worked as a scorer for that, and I remember riding on the bus up to, and something might be shocked, but this is the 70s. The players were really, which was mostly African American team. Coach Morgan was a great coach, a colonel. They were scared to death to go up to Rising Sun and Bohemian Manor, and me and another white guy on the bus were like, "Oh, what's the big deal? It's just Easton County, whatever." But the Klan was there. They were scared to death. This is the 70s. So
most of my life, in fact, all of my adult life, I've been either a member or an elected official or on the national staff of the NAACP. We were treated like second-class citizens every day. It wasn't just one or few days a week, it was every day. My buddy and I, we were at the carnival. Fella turns around to throw the ball and knock over the Indian up there, and he accidentally hit the down the trot in the fleece. Instead of saying, "Excuse me," he said, "Niggers, get out the way." Accommodations. When I was 9 years old, I went to the hospital here in Easton to have my tonsils removed, and my brother was almost 11 years old, and he didn't want to go. When my mother came to get us that day to take us to the hospital, my brother resisted, and she broke 3 of those wooden hangers on him. So I know y'all think that Miss Darth is a nice, pleasant woman. If I had known what my brother knew, I would have protested too, because we were in the basement there at the hospital. Down in St. Michael's, there was a reader, and the characters in the reader were Billy, Jane, Little Black Sambo, who it was a cartoon character with a stack of pancakes about like that, with a picture. Yes, I'm still mad as hell about it. The things that I remember in growing up, also in school, when I got into junior high and high school. Hey, we didn't have a gymnasium. And this was our gym behind Asbury Church. Now, of course, some might think we had it bad. Well, when we went to Chestertown, Kennard, down to Greenwood School in Princess Anne, they played outside, folks, in the wintertime, a varsity game, girls and boys. That's not a lie. So,
and I just saying all of this to say that the right reason why we probably got the problems is because I think that some of our older ancestors poisoned the minds of a lot of you white kids. Okay, tell them stories about black people that was not true, because going back to the Shamrock Electric, I became real good buddies with one of the white guys there, and he thought something different of me until he got to know me.
Knock on our door, and we were told to evacuate. We evacuated to the back through Asbury's yard, and there had been a bomb set out, and it was all because of school integration. And only by just being black sometimes, just seeing a black face can make people uncomfortable, and I don't know why. They don't even get to know you, they don't want to know you. So I can't answer that question, and I also don't know what it's going to take to make people like you or respect you. Because even though you carry yourself well, you're just like anybody else other than you're a black person. They still just don't like us.
We are racist in Talbot County because of the dollar bill. 1 in 5 people in Talbot County are millionaires. All the black millionaires in here, raise your hand.
We're talking about hiring someone to clean the church. And one of the members said, well, I know a wonderful couple, they do a fabulous job. And she goes, and they're white.
Incidentally, our answer to that question, whenever we hear it, and kind of almost wait for it to happen now, is that, oh, we love it there by those people. Because we kind of like to walk down the street and see people that don't look like us.
There was something written on it. And she came out of the courtroom and she walked up to me and I could see she had some steam coming from her ears. And she showed me the piece of paper. And the piece of paper said, who is the darkest person in here? And I just stood there and I'm the kind of person that it takes me a couple of days to get my thoughts and stuff together, which I think is good. And so she and I are still stewing over it, but we're kind of calmed down a little bit, but we are going to go and talk to her about that.
What we do is have Frederick Douglass's name on the front, and on the back there will be a bronze placket with a quote from Frederick Douglass and a list of his accomplishments.
Let us all hope that the dark clouds of racial prejudice will soon pass away, and that in some not too distant tomorrow, the radiant stars of love and brotherhood will shine over our great nation in all its beauty.
Every day.